The van behind me was in waist-deep water earlier this morning, a consequence of the heavy rainfall that touched down in Steinbach. The city got more than 156 millimeters of rain in the last 36 hours, causing flash flooding throughout the community.
If we can just slow the water.
It was all hands on deck at the Steinbach area animal rescue. Staff, volunteers, and community members all pitched in to keep the water out. Sandra Watson is the volunteer adoption coordinator for the rescue. She says around mid-morning, water levels started to rise in the backyard, flooding the basement.
We did have some time to try to get some volunteers out and rescue as much of the food and litter and supplies that we have downstairs. But it was coming in fast, and we eventually had to just abort.
Watson says the water in their basement was waist deep. They had to shut off the power to the building and are working to build a sandbag dike around the basement windows. She says all the animals were upstairs and weren't impacted by the flood.
We did have to make plans for them to move out as fast as possible. With all the generators running, there's fumes. Also, we had to turn the electricity off. So, yeah, we had to quickly find spots for 10 animals.
Watson says the rescue just opened in June and had a ribbon-cutting ceremony earlier this month. Residents were hit by the floodwaters as well. Nikita Pandya says early this morning, water started coming up through her sewer until it was up to her knees, flooding bedrooms and common areas.
We just set up last week, and it's all messed. So it's all wet with the water and everything. And there's the kids' room with all the toys. That's also like in the water as well.
Pandya says many of her neighbors got flooded too. Now she's waiting for her insurance company to assess the damage. Now, Steinbach isn't the only community being impacted by heavy rainfalls. The RM of Hanover has had to close some roads due to washouts, and the Reeve says the water is waist deep in some areas. The RM is offering sandbags to people as they continue to fight the flooding. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Steinbach, Manitoba.